taking an aim shot at his left leg.
Hey, where do I hit him? He's got so many openings. I think I'll go right here. Just like right into his peg leg. He's like, haha, I fooled you. Anyways,
Alright.
either of y'all want to give a summary from last time? I think I went ahead and moved y'all off the map. Oh shoot, I gotta get this back on. Not OBS.
Alright, Squeeb. I'll let you do the summary.
I believe we started right after where we ended last time, was after Olgierd got the Warhammer of Elements that we started, and then we started down a path, and then I believe we stumbled in this room, and then we found some plaques that read each of the elements. And on these two statues right here was a puzzle. And it was essentially Words with Friends, IRL, in D&D. And then we passed that through that puzzle. And then as we were passing through this really high up dark room, dark in the ceiling, we started stumbling upon all these rooms in here, and they each had specific names, either relating to heaven or hell. And I believe this one was a fighting arena, right? You said, or something along those lines.
No, the name of that was Maelstrom. Yeah, I think
but
Hog tried to do an Arcana check on it, and he was like, "Oh, I know." He rolled really low, and he's like, "Oh, I know what a Maelstrom is. That's like, when it's like a mosh pit in a fight, like it gets, it's like crazy in there." In other words, like he has no idea what it is.
But we started exploring each of the rooms, and then we got to hell, and it started getting really hot and really sweaty. And we were very uncomfortable, and then we went back to heaven for a second just to cool down, and then emerged the red dragon. I called me Black One. And he thought Olgierd and Thorn were our slaves. And then also there was Girl Skull's apparition, or maybe himself. Yeah, who had a amulet around him that appeared to be mind controlling him. And during the fight, we got him knocked down and were able to take it away from him. And then the Red Dragonborn summoned a whole bunch of minions to try and defeat us, and then we ended up beating up his hellhounds, and then he started retreating back into the 9 circles of hell. And Olgierd and I got hit with the amulet from our good party members. Olgierd passed out on the floor here, and then I got hit with some psychic damage and some visions.
I think another thing to add too is with Thorn, he got like I think it was a ring, the Tempest ring or something.
Yeah, yep. he got the ring from right here, right?
Yeah, so when he stepped onto this platform, which again I had forgotten to add, there's technically 8 of these like platforms in here. There's one at this side of the room where Maelstrom is, and one where Axis is as well. When he stepped up on that platform, like static started like appearing around his feet as he stepped up onto it. And when he stepped into the middle of it, he was struck by a lightning bolt, which did a bunch of damage to him. But also when he looked down, he had a ring sort of fused around one of his fingers. I think it was, like the Ring of the Tempest.
And then after we defeated the Red Dragonborn, and then they retreated back, I believe that's when we started playing with the amulet, and then
the portal closed.
The portal closed, yeah.
Yeah, and as a reminder, the visions you saw were of the experiences that you'd had with Goral Skull in the past.
Yes.
And then Sony, you couldn't put a finger on who it made you think of. But sort of in the back of your mind, you thought you saw a black dragonborn.
Also, it didn't do damage to her.
Correct. Yeah, she's the only one who doesn't physically hurt to where it's uncomfortable, but it doesn't physically hurt her.
And then she threw it at me and did a lot of damage.
I think she downed, or she or Void or somebody downed you with it.
A void down hog.
Hog.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
If I didn't use my second wind, I would have got down because I was at like 4 health and it did 4 damage.
I didn't think everyone
seared his forehead.
Like their alignments were all, I don't know, what,
chaotic
good? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Void's chaotic.
Right? That's what he says he is, that he's chaotic good.
I just see it.
Yeah, so a couple other details of stuff y'all encountered. Y'all weren't entirely sure what these platforms represented. Y'all were able to translate the different like titles of each of the platforms based off Hog's knowledge of Dwarven script. One of the other things y'all found back in this room was some books explaining how the different portals in this room apparently at one time led to the different inner planes, which, as y'all recalled from your time out on the platform, the inner planes are associated with various different elements, which is when y'all started exploring around. You saw like this one was fire. I think this one was maybe earth, but then y'all saw the puzzle and just went and did that. The other thing was Void saw in a book, there was something talking about his home and how...
What was it, like Ethereum or something?
Eberron, I believe. And how his home in Eberron, like the realm of Eberron, may have been unduly influenced by one of the outer planes, specifically mentioning Axis, which is the one y'all saw over here and the one he stepped on and received that ring from. I think there was another thing. Y'all started to read a book that was laid out here, but it was heavily damaged. Yeah. It was actually just going to be a hint for the answer to the puzzle, which y'all got on your own, so that was fine.
Yay!
Yeah, I think other than that, y'all got it covered. So I think, Sony, you said there wasn't anything else you wanted to do here, but you did want to head back to Dragonspear to investigate things there.
Yeah.
To see if anything had changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we check all these rooms? I think we did, but none of the portals were open.
I don't know if we
I don't think y'all actually went
the bottom
in
two.
them. Yeah, the only thing I had described was like when y'all were in here, and I'll just tell you this, like it's the same. None of them have anything in them. There's damaged murals depicting sort of what's going on if you'd like to hear about it. Other than that, nothing really to speak of.
Explain the lore of the murals for hours, please.
Okay. Obviously not for hours. I'll give you a quick rundown. This was Abyss, and this was Abaddon. This one, when you go in, you see depictions of a variety of just different, like, sickly-looking creatures all huddled around essentially what seems to be, like, a chaotic mess of shapes, forms, colors, an environment that all makes, all seems unruly and sort of out of place. Here on the thing of Abaddon, you see just a bunch of different sort of flowing what appears to be rivers, but it doesn't exactly look like water. As well as there's some giant serpents sort of swimming through the water that's not water, as well as sort of floating in the areas around it.
Interesting. I think I kind of like Elysium and Nirvana a bit more.
Yeah, they're...
Wow. Next you're going to say at Thesera that you like heaven over hell.
Behind the curtain, none of these places are safe for mortals, but at least like the more good aligned ones are probably a bit safer to be than the evil ones. But none of them are safe for people to be in, to be clear.
All right, let's go to hell.
Get that portal back open.
Yeah, get in there, Squeeb.
Olgerd's stuck in there. Help.
All right. Any other info y'all want to check here, or either in sort of the castle at large before heading back?
Mm.
And again,
Is there
y'all
anything?
already explored most of the castle, but here's what that looks like. And by most, I mean all the key points that I had laid out.
I find the one chest you were hiding.
Aha! You caught me.
It's another mimic.
It was hiding.
Thesera's meditating in the woods again. I am dead.
It was hiding a green dragonborn that bites you and eats you when you open it.
We
Like
didn't
muffin
explore
and take the chest.
the left side, but I'm pretty sure it's probably just nothing, really. Probably like a mirror to the right side.
Yep. If y'all wanted to explore it, I would probably say it's just like a dilapidated part of the castle.
Alrighty.
The main things I wanted y'all to explore were like, I think it was here.
Are we going back to my
And
are we going
here.
back to my clan this era, or are we gonna move onward from here?
I guess head back, check out your clan. Don't you want to see how your family's doing before we head out again?
Yeah. Oh, it's really zoomed out.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that on my screen as well. All right, feel free to go ahead and drop your characters in.
Alright.
I think we're coming in from this side again.
From where?
This is actually the north, I think.
I think that was right.
Alright. Let's go see. What time of day is it when we get back?
All right, by the time y'all get back, because I believe y'all left in the morning, right? Because y'all stayed the night and then left early the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
By the time y'all get back, it's sort of late afternoon, getting close to evening. People are still mulling about and whatnot, but they're heading home.
Alright. I go into my parents' house.
Okay. At this point in time in the day, you'd expect your father's probably still at the forge working. So inside, you would only expect to see your mother here, unless she had any guests or something like that. But when you enter the room and you approach the fire mantle where she would normally be, the chair is empty.
Mother, I'm home. Shmeeb. Shmeeb.
You don't hear a response.
I go check around the house and see if there's anything. We go check in the kitchen
As you
or the
look
bedroom.
around in the kitchen and several places throughout the house, there appear to be like drawers that have been pulled out of their holding. There's chairs that have fallen over, as if there were signs of a struggle recently.
Sarah, are you looking at this?
Yeah, it looks like a mess.
Wow, thanks. No, my parents would never leave this place like this.
Well, maybe something happened. Check the rest of the house.
Helpful as usual.
Thank
I
you.
checked the rest of the house.
There's no one here.
No, it doesn't look like it.
No one here. No. One of the last rooms you go into is your parents' bedroom. And you find their dresser, sort of, or what would it be, like an armoire thrown open. And there seem to be like several pieces of clothing thrown about.
This doesn't look good.
Um,
Let's go check out my dad's forge. Make sure he's
yeah.
there.
Maybe he'll know.
Okay. As y'all enter the courtyard, you see a throng of people around the statue, all sort of whispering about something.
Hey, are they all young, or is it like everybody from the town?
It's a mix of a bunch of different people from the town, a bunch of different red and black dragonborns.
I try and listen in on the conversation being had.
there's a bunch of people sort of excitedly stammering, wondering what's going on, and just sort of surprised and shocked looks on everyone's faces. And in the middle of the crowd, just in front of the statue, um, you see a figure wrapped in a shawl, offering flowers in front of the giant statue.
I pull someone aside. I'll just ask what's going on.
With tears in their eyes, somebody's saying, "They're they're they're moving again. They seem to be doing better."
What are
And
you talking about?
as they say this, and you ask them to sort of to clarify the situation, the figure in the shawl stands up and turns around. Um, they stand up quite slowly and weakly, but as they turn around, you recognize that it's Shmeeb, your mother, um, wearing a shawl, and she turns with tears in her eyes. She goes, "Oh, Squeeb, my boy."
Mm.
Perfect timing.
Nice of you to show
Oh
up.
my god, right then? Squeeb, my boy. Oh.
With tears in her eyes, she says, "It's been so long since I've been able to pay my respects," and she starts to walk towards you and begins to stumble as she makes her way over to you.
A little late there, Alan. Sleep.
Well, I was awake and ready to go for 12, and then I fell back asleep, and I didn't set it off.
Okay.
Well, sorry, I tried to think of you and give you more time to sleep.
No, it's fine. Ish. I should have set another fucking alarm, but I didn't.
It's all right.
Yes.
We are back in Clan Rakdos now. After having returned from Dragon Spirit, didn't really do anything. Gave them a bit of extra information, but nothing super pertinent. More just like world building stuff. And they're back in Clan Rakdos. If you want to drop your character in, or it doesn't look like you're in yet. When you get here, feel free to drop your character in.
Okay, SpongeBob.
Alright, so your mom is stumbling. What are you doing?
I go towards her and try and catch her before she falls.
You successfully catch her, and as you do so, and she's just looking up, and she lifts a hand to your face, and you can see that she still has several like potch marks, and her skin still seems severely damaged. But as far as you know, this and sort of from the reaction of the crowd around you, nobody's even seen her out and about in quite a while. And just as you're sort of doing this, your father, Squeeb Sr., comes busting through the crowd. And with tears in his eyes as well, he immediately identifies Shmeeb and gets y'all all into a big group hug.
What's going on here? Why are you out, Mom?
She says, I don't know. It's been forever since I felt this way, but uh, just a few hours ago, I was sitting there when all of a sudden I felt sort of this burning sensation in my chest. It all of a sudden went away. It's been so long. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. So it took me a bit, but I slowly worked my way up to standing up, and I admittedly fell quite a few times getting around the apartment, but wanted to get something nice on and give my offerings to those who passed, since I haven't been able to do so in quite some time.
I turn to the people watching and see, is there anybody else that's feeling better?
Indeed, apparently several of the children and other elderly folk who seem to have been afflicted with the same condition have been. Not all of them are out and about. It seems like people are recovering sort of at different rates, but everybody seems to have had some sort of notable improvement in their condition.
Turn to Thesera. You think this was our doing?
More than likely. I think we should probably talk to your parents in private.
Alright. Well, Mom, you haven't been out in a while, so enjoy it while you still can. But we have some information that we need to tell you when you get back to the house.
She nods her head, understanding, and says, "Very well. I'll. All these people came out. I'll speak to some folks and say hello, and then I'll make my way back home.
Okay.
Why don't y'all get a good supper at the town hall, and then I'll see y'all at home."
Alright. Dad, are you gonna stay here with them, or are you gonna go back to the shop?
He nods his head, sort of helping to support your mother now. She's got sort of an arm around him to put some of her weight on him. He just nods and says, "I'll see y'all back at home. I'll stay with her for now."
Alright.
He is grinning far wider even than when you had first arrived home. This is like a dream come true for both of them. Having her
Alright,
son in
Thesera.
town, she's feeling better. Everything's good.
Yay.
Alright, Thesera, let's get some Rakdos clan food. I can show you the supper of my people.
Sure.
Oh, now y'all can do the what was there? Some sort of like spiced wine, I think.
Is everything here
Oh,
spicy?
what did I call it? I'm trying to remember.
What?
Oh God, I wish Muffin was here now. They got some sort of, it was like
Says the white dragon.
Dragonfire wine or something like that I had them drink, and I had them do constitution checks to see if they kept succeeding their different shots, which y'all are welcome to try if you would like.
Boyd, you getting up?
Huh?
Are you alive?
No.
Are you on your computer?
Yeah.
Drop your character.
What does it matter? We're just lore dropping right now.
Yeah, but where's your character?
I'm getting there. I'm gonna take my medicine and get a snack.
He's in
Alright.
offline mode. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
drag him along like a leash or something, or like he's a wagon.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got his wheelies on right now. Just following along.
Wow. Wood's just like, wow, you're giving lore about your family. Fuck you, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, so as you enter the town hall, a couple of people are getting ready for dinner early. The dinner tonight just being sort of the usual meat broth sort of stew with some bread and vegetables. And then, as I said, since it seems this is a cause for celebration, several people are partaking in that dragon breath wine, spiced wine, which is, according to the tavern keep there, some of the heaviest and hardest stuff you'll ever find.
Oh boy, meat broth with vegetables, my favorite.
So the game you can do here is you do consecutively harder constitution checks. For every successful one you do, you get +1 to charisma until you long rest. But if you fail, you keep whatever charisma bonus you've gotten up to that point, but then you have disadvantage at dexterity and strength checks until you long rest. Because you get like blackout drunk.
Mm,
Some people usually get more strong when they drink.
I haven't really drank before.
Thorn, when did you get here?
Oh.
Anyways.
I've been here the whole time.
I think it's a cause for celebration, though. I will try one.
All right, whoever is participating, the first check is a DC 10 Constitution check.
We just roll a d20 or what?
Plus your Constitution modifier.
Oh, yeah. Conk.
Oh, Thesera, maybe you should have stayed away.
Oh my god.
You take one sip of this, and perhaps because you don't drink often, you are immediately under the table, drunk as a skunk. So until you take a long rest, you have disadvantage on Dex and strength saves, or just Dex and strength rolls. Squeeb, on the other hand, you take it like a champ. Oh no. Squeeb, you have +1 to charisma until you long rest. Thorn, you are going to start vomiting everywhere. And you take 4 poison damage.
I'm resistant to poison now.
Okay,
Take
so you take 2 poison damage. As you just sort of vomit the stew that you had just started drinking back up and all over the table. You're also going to have a disadvantage on any charisma checks for anybody else here.
I have a +3 to my constitution.
That
It
ain't
doesn't matter.
helping
You rolled
that's
a,
what
you.
rolled a critical fail.
What's it called? I take my drink and put it back, and I'm like, "Wow, guys, this is good." And then I see Thorn throwing up.
And so he just
Really?
bangs her head into the table, hiccuping this morning.
Oh, you guys don't drink, huh? This isn't good for the novice drinkers. I give Thesera some water.
So it's a Clan Rakdos special, I guess.
I don't know what Thorn drinks.
I
Do you want
can't-
some oil?
I can't drink anymore.
That's an understatement.
Sarah just starts actively shape-shifting into different fucking...
Just shapeshifts into a rat and falls in her broth.
So do I have to keep going, or can I stop before I
No,
get?
you can stop. It's up to you. The difficulty goes up by 2 every time. So next one will be a 12.
I'll try one more time. 21 again.
All right, success again. Now you have +2 to any charisma checks until you long rest.
I'll just keep that there.
All right.
You want more pussy? You want?
Like you just threw up.
I like to think he actually did say that in between vomits.
I'm good.
All
I
right.
can handle my liquor better than you.
Well, as you enjoy yourself, Squeeb, and Thesera and Thorn enjoy themselves to a lesser extent, we'll say about 2 hours pass as y'all finish your meal and make light conversation with the people around you. You think it's probably about ready. Y'all are about ready to head home at this point as the sun's beginning to set.
All right, guys, let's go back to my parents' house then. I grab Thesera and I guess Thorn.
I can just wagging them out.
Huh? What are you saying?
Got wheels.
All right, Thesera. Enough talking.
Are you taking drinks at town hall? Is that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Squeeb, you walk confidently back home as the other two sort of stagger along behind you.
Good day, guys.
I feel
What?
fine.
You're drunk. You're not deaf.
As you enter your home, you can see that your father's over in the kitchen preparing some dinner. And it seems your mom's back in her usual resting spot by the fire.
Sorry it took us so long. We were out celebrating with the, what was it, Firefly Ale?
Dragon breath.
Dragon breath ale. Dragon breath wine.
Both your parents turn to you and smile and say, "Welcome back, Squeeb, and no worries. It is a cause for celebration after all. We just got back recently ourselves. So many people to talk to."
Yes, but we have some information we think is pertinent.
Very well. Your father says, "Let me go ahead and finish this real quick, and then we can all sit down around the dinner table."
Alrighty.
So it takes only a few minutes more for him to finish what he has, and he pulls out some water for the rest of y'all to drink while y'all sit down. And he helps your mother get to the dining room table, who it seems to be pretty tired at this point, but she does seem to be carrying a bit more weight than what you noticed last night. At which point you all sit around the table, and your mother gets sort of a serious look on her face and says, "Well, what did you all learn at the castle?"
Yeah, we went to the castle and then we found some puzzles and then did them, and then we entered a room that had representations of heaven and hell in them.
Oh, hold up. At Castle Dragonspear, you noticed there were what? Just sort of like writings on the wall or references? Could you be a bit more specific?
Well, the ending hall had literally heaven and hell written on them, and then there was some others like Elysium or the Abyss.
Your mother thinks to her for a second, and she goes, that traveling cleric that came through town mentioned something about that, about the disease being potentially related to the influence of the outer planes.
Yeah, and then there was the Axis and Maelstrom as well.
She nods her head and she says, "Aye. There's all the different elemental planes. There's also Abaddon, Abyss."
But the only one that seemed to be open was the 9 circles of hell.
Her mouth drops for a second and she says, "One of them was open?"
Yes. We went up to it and we saw an apparition of Girl Skull, and he had some magic amulet controlling him.
She puts a hand up to her chin and thinks for a moment. I'm unfamiliar with such a thing. I'm
But
sorry you had to fight your old friend like that. What happened to him? I don't see him.
Well, we tried to enter the 9 circles, but he ended up striking me. And then I believe there was a red dragon born that appeared from the portal after we tried entering.
Interesting. So you think this red dragonborn had something to do with the portal being open?
Perhaps. But we wanted to see if we could enter them and see what was going on in there. And he was explaining that things were getting taken care of and wouldn't elaborate further. And then he summoned his hellhounds on us, and we had to fight our way through them.
Did we ever figure out what happened with that necklace talisman thing when I was with them?
I believe Thesera still is wearing it, correct?
Yes, I will take it off, place it on the table, and just lay my head down.
Thank you, Thesera, for wearing it around your gobbler.
As she takes it off and sort of places it all on the table, y'all can all feel a sort of heat radiating from it. Your mother, Squeeb, looks at it and immediately sort of almost instinctively flinches away from it. She says, "I don't like that. That's that feeling. It feels a lot like sort of the heat that was inside me for so long. That's some infernal magic, if I had to guess."
Yeah, it damaged all of my party members except Thesera when we tried to mess with it.
Squeeb's mom is in heat?
Thesera.
She just sort of looks at it and goes, well, that is interesting. Your father, meanwhile, looks out and goes, it doesn't seem too bad to me. And he touches it and he's like, it's a little bit warm, but nothing too bad. And as he touches it, you see him sort of stare off into the distance. And he goes, shakes his head. Well, that was strange. Certainly magical of some nature, but I don't know too much about it.
Maybe just put it down for right now.
That's probably a good idea, and he places it back on the table.
Did you see anything?
Yeah, I looks like this. I couldn't place it. It was like a young black dragonborn warrior, but nothing else came to me. I swear I recognize him though.
Young black dragon warrior. Was it Girl Scroll?
Could be, but I just couldn't say for sure. It's as if every time I saw them in the sort of in my mind, their back was turned to me.
Has there been anybody from our clan that has gone to Dragonspear in search of 9 circles of hell?
No, we've always told people to stay away from the castle. It's considered a sort of a dangerous place.
Can you think of anyone that might not heed that advice?
There's always the sort of kids that are, not willing to follow the rules and whatnot, but I think most of them know better than to head to that castle.
You think he was of our clan? He was a red dragonborn.
Your mom thinks for a second and goes, I mean, he could be, but it's hard to say without getting a name or anything.
If only we had an image of him. Alright, I'm gonna ask Void to 3D print a picture out of his butt.
I brought my Fuji camera with me.
You just got to feed him enough plastic that he can remold it.
Does Thorn see anything with the amulet?
Thorn?
Yeah, Thorn.
Void, remind me, what's your...
Me.
I was going to say, your alignment is chaotic good, right?
Yeah, we're all chaotic good except for Thesera, who's a little neutral good or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Neutrality. Fatality. Sorry, who asked what?
Just if Thorn saw any images when he touched the amulet.
No.
No, okay.
Thorn, you see anything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do you guys have any ideas as to what we can do with that information? It appears that the Red Dragonborn did something to aid in this illness.
Are you asking your mother and father?
I'm just asking everybody as a whole. But yeah, if they have something to say.
Shmeeb offers that she can send either a letter or somebody to go meet with the local governor, who can send out some extra guardsmen to keep watch on the castle in the meantime, and keep eyes out to see if there's any sort of activity going on there. Other than that, she doesn't think there's really anything you can do. If the portal's closed at this point and people are recovering, then sort of you've done everything you can.
Well, I sure hope that it stays like this.
Me too, son. Me too.
Well, if you're all good and well now, maybe it's time we get a move on and continue with our adventure. Sorry, what were you saying, Thesera?
I know I'm a little out of it at the moment, but any idea who the Red Dragonborn was? Like, if the town people here might know who he is, a Red Dragonborn paladin?
If anybody knew, it would probably be your mother, since she was the former, one of the former leaders of the clan. But given that she doesn't know, it's unlikely that anybody else would have any information.
Hmm.
Yeah, just say this there. My mom knows everybody in this clan, but if she doesn't know or doesn't sound familiar, I'm not sure anybody else would know.
Wondering what his motives are. What is saving to him?
Are you just mumbling to yourself?
Yes.
She is actually drunk, mumbling this all to herself.
I'm trying to solve a mystery. Need
What are his
Scooby Doo.
motives? Who was that guy? All right. In that case, at this point, your mother looks totally pooped from her first day, getting back up and moving around. Your father again tells you that you and your friends are welcome to stay. If not, you can just stay at the barracks as well if you would prefer.
All right. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep traveling through, or do you want to stay the night? It's only midday, right?
Now, at this point, the sun is set. Everybody's
Okay.
getting ready for bed.
I think maybe we should rest. I'm not feeling that great.
All right.
Shut up. You're the one puking over there.
Not in the house.
Freaking Thorn, he got oil all over the floor.
It would actually be great if it was like an oil spill that could then be used to like trip up enemies.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else for you two drunkards to say, let's head to bed. Thank you for the committing
Were you just
drunk.
saying like
Oh,
Olgierd is unconscious? Maybe at the like being healed? I think at the
Sure. Yeah, he's
barracks.
at the barracks getting healed. He wasn't in great shape, so y'all rushed him back to the barracks first thing.
Definitely wasn't because I chucked the amulet at him.
It definitely didn't sear his forehead.
all right. You guys ready to go to bed?
Does this mean we get to long rest?
Means you get to long rest.
Yeah, hey.
So
Go
not
to
only are
bed.
your debuffs gone, but everybody should be back to full health at this point. Because I think y'all were still all like single digit health.
Perhaps.
And thank God nobody tried to mug you on the way back.
Mugman. All
All right.
right.
Y'all sleep tonight. Y'all long rest, so everybody's health points are back, spell slots are back, all that kind of stuff. Void, I think at long rest you can reselect your spell list if you wanted to.
Do I still have charisma, or is that gone?
Nope, that's gone as well.
Sag.
It's sort of just a tipsy buff. So the next morning, y'all wake up. You're welcome to check back in with your parents and whatnot, but it is about time y'all get back on the road, you think?
All right. Well, I go to say my goodbyes and thank my parents for letting us stay, but say that we must get on and continue with our adventure.
As you get ready to prepare out for your adventure, and your mother and father give you a bunch of kisses and hugs, and your father actually is going to sharpen your sword as sort of a parting gift.
Woo!
So
Is it
your
back to
next
+1 then?
Oh, was it broken before?
Yeah, you told me until I get it sharpened, it's back to
Oh
like
yeah. Okay.
regular
Yeah.
blade.
Yeah. It's back to +1. Um,
Oh my.
so he does that as a gift for you. And then as you're referencing your map, you realize that your other compatriots are probably on their way to Clan Rakdos as well, though they're probably a few days to a week behind.
Hmm.
Do I have the amulet again?
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
we'll assume you took it with you.
okay. Thank you for your hospitality. I think we definitely need to continue on our journey.
But
It's got that next morning sickness.
I'm pregnant.
Huh?
Oh god. Congrats. Okay. Y'all will then go to the stables to sort of get your horses back, and y'all will get ready to hit the road. And as you leave, you can see your ma and pa out. Y'all be leaving out this way.
Oh, that way.
Sort of waving at you in the distance, cheering you on. You can hear your mother, who up until yesterday, you could hardly whisper, but you hear her voice loudly. She says, "Come back and visit. Stay safe." And
All right.
y'all exit the town.
Which way are we exiting? South or
This,
more
Y'all are heading. Let me check the
I think
map.
that's west, actually.
west?
Yeah, y'all are heading like northwest.
Okay.
So, as y'all head out northwest, we are just going to sort of.
Why is there a giant D?
That was a circle from the other group pointing out where they were.
What are you not used to seeing giant D's, Void?
No, but can you tell me more?
No.
Y'all sort of make your way up, up from Dragonspear towards Daggerford. As a reminder, once you get to Daggerford, you're going to take the river here, all the way up past Sycomber, sort of where this bend is. You're going to head north, and then you're supposed to be let out right on the edge of the high forest, where you can proceed through the forest and then meet with the Emerald Enclave. We're at the foot of the Star Mounts.
Foot.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right, I am just going to say, for the sake of getting us all caught up and stuff, since we spent a lot more time in Dragonspear, that nothing of particular note happens along the tradeway as you make your way to Daggerford. But I will go ahead and put us, there's a map for Daggerford, since both the groups are going there.
Wow, nothing happened at Daggerford.
Where is it?
Whatever happened to Olgeard?
He's traveling with y'all.
He's just quiet.
Yeah.
He's still recovering.
Scary.
Olgeard the horse is doing most of the talking on the way. Here is the Daggerford map. Y'all are planning on sort of staying the night here. Eventually, you'll go to this port in the morning, where y'all will take a ship out along the river to head north. Y'all can ignore. Here, I'm just gonna.
They're not actually there.
Now, they are not actually here, but the places numbered out here are real places. I'll say that y'all have. I did this with their group. Like, essentially, a day passes in sort of like 3 turns. There's like morning, afternoon, evening. They're there for like 2.5 days, so they're doing a bunch more stuff. But during any of those sort of turns, y'all can choose to visit a specific place and check it out. So I'll say that y'all are here for 2 turns if y'all would like to explore it all.
2 turns.
And Killcash is in jail.
Is he still in jail?
Yeah, he's still. He assaulted a man for no reason. He's like, he looked at me funny. I'm like, no, he definitely didn't. You were just drunk and you assaulted a man.
Classic Killcash.
Nearly killed him too.
Oh my god.
Doesn't know his own strength.
I think he does. Which makes it even worse.
That's murder. That's bad. But yeah, so like if you scroll at the bottom, I've got descriptions for most of these places. So also if you just have like a general place you want to check out, like you want to go check out a tavern, there's several, and I can sort of point them out to you.
Let's see. I think, Void, you might want to check out the Shrine of Tempest. Are you okay?
Huh?
Tempus is. I think that's different than Tempest.
Tempus.
I want to go to the clean chin.
The clean chin. Okay.
Mhm.
Do we all go as a group, or is this
Now,
separate?
each of y'all can choose your own location. So that's at 9 right here. Thorn, if you want to put your character there. As you could guess, you see sort of the red and white spiral sign outside this. This is a barber. You are welcome to go in if you'd like.
Can I get a new hairdo?
The barber, when you enter, sort of looks at you and go, "Oh, well, this is a first. How can I help you, sir?"
Void just comes out with a fucking afro.
I'd like to get some dreadlocks.
Says, I think we've got just the thing for you. He takes you into a back room and sort of
He's in the back room.
Puts a couple lights a couple sconces back there. In which case he's like, "Trust me, this happens to many different people. I never expected I'd be giving it to a warforged. Never thought I'd even see a warforged. But you know, men are prone to lose their hair as well. And as you look around the room, you can see a bunch of different wigs set up in various different styles and various different colors." He says, "For the price of 10 gold, you can have any of our finest made wigs here." Boyd, I'm going to let you pick whatever hair color, whatever hairstyle you want. if you pay up 10 gold.
I think I have 10 gold. I have 480 gold.
You're not gonna get a perm?
No, I want some cool dreadlocks.
Says, "Oh, and we've got facial hair as well if you'd like. That would normally be a 10 gold as well by itself, but if you combo, we'll do it for 15 total."
Yeah, I want dreadlocks and a nice little goatee.
What, just in the GTA 5 freaking customization?
That must be a popular choice because you actually notice several dreadlock goatees and goatees, all in the same portion of the room too, in a variety of different hair colors. So feel free to pick some out. I'm gonna need you to paint this onto your character now.
How am I supposed to paint it on my character?
Use Microsoft Paint on the image.
Fuck, I'll have to find the image.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to, but it's very funny.
Yeah, let's go for some bright blonde dreads. Like a bleach blonde.
Okay.
Whoa, Void looking good on your PNG right there.
Hell yeah. I'm swagging.
What color goatee?
Oh, you gotta match. We're gonna have a nice bleach blonde goatee too.
I see. I thought you were gonna do like fiery red goatee or something.
No, we gotta
Just
look
insane.
swagger.
Okay. The hair you sort of loop on over the helmet that's sort of fused with your skin. It's quite a tight snug fit, but yeah, you do get them on. And then the goatee, he gives you sort of this gluish material that you paint across your upper lip and your chin that allows you to sort of press the hair onto there and get it to stick to your face. So congratulations, you are now, for 15 gold, you're now the fine owner of some bright blonde dreadlocks and a goatee.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations. How about the other two of y'all? What are y'all up to?
Maybe I'll check out the Lady Luck Tavern.
Okay. I think that's 17, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right as you enter the town, you notice one of the most prominent buildings as you enter. At this point in the afternoon, you see several people starting to head inside. You see sort of this seductive figure of a woman on the sign outside. As you go in, you realize you've entered what appears to be a brothel.
Oh.
As there are several scantily clad ladies walking around the room offering various services. And many a patron, male and female, ordering drinks and dinner as they sort of bring their days to a close.
I think I'll have one water, please.
The barmaid sort of rolls her eyes at you and goes, "Yes, yes, one water. Here you go, on the house."
Thank you very much.
You swear you hear her say, "Cheapskate." I mean, anything else I can get for you, honey?
Nope, that is it. Thank you so much.
And she rolls her eyes again and walks over to a man on the other side of the bar, where she sort of leans over the counter at him and starts casually flirting with him.
Well, looks like that's nothing for me to see. I shall leave.
Alrighty, Squeeb, what are you up to during your first turn?
I'll go to Jerdan's smithy.
Let's see. Did you see which number that was?
It's 12 is where I'm at. It's bottom left.
Oh, down here. Sure enough, down on this corner, you sort of walk around and you find a tallish, like middle-aged man, bent over an anvil, swinging down as he's seemingly in the process of crafting a sword.
Hello there. Are you Jerdan?
He looks up and goes, "Aye, you found him. You're in the right place. What can I do you for?"
You have any weapons better than this? And I unsheath my sword.
He just gives you a long whistle and is like, "Ooh, man, that's quite the blade you got there. Mind me asking where you got that?"
Honestly forgot where I got it from.
I think
May
you got
have
it from the
accidentally
one-off session.
created
So
a character called Clapperidge Torque trying to.
What are you saying?
He's still drunk talking. He looks at that and goes, "I'm afraid I don't have anything too much better than this. No, it's hard to find weapons crafted like this outside of sort of your major cities. Tell you what, I think there's a jeweler somewhere in town, right?" Oh, where's 34? Yeah. He points you to, he says, "Well, I can't do much for your weapon there, but seems like you could use some better armor potentially. I'd recommend you checking out Derval's over on Koth Alley." And he sort of points you in the general direction
Alright, thanks for the
of Derval's
advice.
smithy over here.
No.
Cool. All right, we'll say that you do that on your next turn. So now you're going to Derval's smithy, and indeed, whereas that guy was working on a thing of, or on a sword, immediately when you walk into the shop, you see a variety of different armors, helmets, gauntlets, things of that nature.
Hello there. You must be Derval.
Well, hello there. What can I do you for?
I just went over to Jordan's and he recommended me to you.
Jordan recommended me to you. Oh, he's a good friend. I'll have to buy him something at the tavern later tonight.
Yeah, do you have any wares better than what I'm wearing?
What kind of armor do you have on?
A medium armor.
Do you recall what kind?
I think it was scale. Scale armor. Or scale mail or something like that. And then I also had the cloak or +1 cloak of resistance.
Scale mail.
Thorn, you're on the other side of the building.
Wait, scale mail has a disadvantage on stealth too.
Whoa.
It does, you're right. Are you sure it was scale mail and maybe not chain?
I don't know. I thought it was. Let me see.
Can I buy some plate mail while I'm here?
Don't you already have plate mail?
No, I only have chain mail.
Oh, is chainmail heavy?
Yes.
What is
Plate
the
is
other
heavy
kind
as
of
well. Plate is the
medium
heaviest you
armor?
can get.
Let's see.
So I thought there was one that it has one less point in AC, but you don't have the checks on it.
Was it
Well, if
breastplate?
your AC's been 14, then I assume that is scale mail, right? That's what you got AC.
No, I have 15 because of the cloak too. Gives +1 AC. So yeah, I just have 14. Was it breastplate?
You don't have it written down?
No, because when I was making my character, that was like one of the things that wasn't specified. It was just medium armor. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a chain shirt as well. So chain shirt is 13 plus your dex modifier. I think that might be what you have. Because isn't your dex modifier 2?
Yeah, right now.
And your AC is 15 right now?
Let me see. My dex modifier is 3 actually, but it doesn't go over 2 for that one. So yeah.
So I think you had to change shirt.
Shirt.
That, or you had the hide armor, which has AC of 12 plus dex modifier, max of 2, plus your cloak to get to 15. Plus, I don't think your cloak adds AC, right? I think I gave you cloak of resistance.
It says +1 AC, +1 to all something. Here, let me see.
Can anybody loan me 900 gold pieces so I can buy plate armor?
You're all alone by yourself there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I gave you a cloak of resistance, which adds a +1, a +1 bonus to all saving throws. Not AC, because AC is hard to come by. Plus, the cloak
Okay.
doesn't really add AC. It's like a magical cloak. So I don't think we've been using that properly, it sounds like, but that's all right. Just keep that in mind going forward. Maybe now would be a good time to write this stuff down. Cloak of Resistance, which adds +1 to your saving throws. And a chain shirt is your armor, which is a 13 plus your dex modifier, max of 2.
How do I use my new token that I just created? It won't let me drag and drop it in like I can my other one.
So I do have 15 AC then.
Yep,
'Cause you
the
said
13 plus 2.
okay.
Trying to find cost. I see so many different sources.
You're looking for the cost of an armor?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Chain shirt plus 1.
Well, a chain shirt's only 50.
Yeah, I think a chain shirt plus 1 I'm seeing is 500.
Yeah, so I have because I had my armor thing up when I was looking at it before, but yeah, it doesn't have the +1 stuff.
Oof.
Actually, it's 500 to 5,000 based off this.
Oh, it's a hefty penny.
So we'll probably say it's like, we'll say it's on the lower side of that. We'll say 1,000. Which I don't think you have, unfortunately, too.
It's a little steep for my pockets.
Yeah. Y'all are
There we
still
go.
very early into adventuring.
I updated my icon. Do you like it?
That's amazing. Yes.
Oh my god.
That's so good. Oh no.
You look like frickin' Smeagol with your frickin' hair.
I don't have the best art skills, so. Thorn likes the lightning. Although it looks more zoomed out than my other one. Did you have to crop that for me, or did I have to crop mine? I don't remember.
I think I cropped it in a bit. Cool. All right. What you can do, if you're interested in, he does have a basic shield. Which if you were to equip that in one hand, I think gives you +2 to your AC.
Wouldn't really help me. I have two-handed weapon.
All right. In that case, probably nothing within what you can afford. Since both of your turns were sort of just looking at assortments that you can't afford, you're welcome to check out another place if you'd like.
Damn, I'm broke. Let's see. You can go to Thesera's turn. I'll
Okay.
just look at the other one.
We'll do Thesera first then.
I think I'm gonna walk out and kind of see Thorn and be like, "Oh my god, looking good, Thorn." He's coming out.
Y'all can go somewhere together if you'd like.
Thorn, I think you should check out this tavern. You might like it, especially with your new look.
What, the Lady Luck Tavern? I could pick up some chicks.
You honestly go for it. You look amazing.
Thing. Cost me 15 gold.
It was well worth it. Really good looks.
You like my dreads?
Perfect. It matches your armor.
Hell yeah. I'm feeling pretty fresh and fly, like the hip kids say.
Huh?
You want to check out this tavern with me?
Sure.
As y'all return to the Lady Luck Tavern, at this point, it's about, we'll say 2 or 3 hours later. The place is absolutely bumping, as there seem to be several bards playing music, singing, people up dancing on tables, some of them partially naked, some of them fully naked, as everybody seems to be well into their drinks.
Hell yeah, it's time to knock back some more drinks and hold them back this time.
Do you want to do another drinking challenge? I'll play by the same rules if you want to try it again.
No, I will just casually enjoy a drink.
Okay.
Pussy.
We'll say for a relatively cheap cost, it's probably like a few silver pieces. You're able to grab a meal and enjoy. a couple drinks as well.
It's a conversion of gold to silver pieces.
Should I go to the lizard's
100
gizzard?
silver pieces is a gold piece. We'd say it's probably like 10 silver pieces.
Is
Should
it
I go to-
100 or 1?
100 silver pieces is 1 gold piece. So you're burning 0.1 gold pieces.
0.1?
Yes, 0.1.
So if I had 465, I'd have 460.
4.9.
That's such a weird number, but it'll work.
Well, we can round it up to a gold piece if you prefer.
I think that would be easier to track.
That could be a tip.
Well, yeah, we'll say that you buy some pretty ladies some drinks as well.
Hell yeah. Love pretty ladies. How many silver pieces did you say it was?
We're gonna say just 1 gold piece.
No. How many silver pieces was it to buy the drink?
10.
Okay, so I have 90. Okay. Yeah. I like this. Picking up some chicks with my new dread.
It's like, hey, this is what I came for.
No, I don't have any robo genitalia.
Aren't you a man of God? Or a robot of God?
He's a worshiper
yes.
of the storm.
But in my gods, it is no issue to have and sleep with women. That is old gods that don't allow that.
That's old gods.
My Norse gods indulge in drinks and in women.
What they say, out with the old, in with the new.
All right, I'm going to
In
the
and
lizard's
out, in and
gizzard.
out, in and out, baby.
Mm-hmm. The lovely ladies around you laugh at your innuendo. Definitely not laughing just because you're buying them drinks. All right, at the lizard's gizzard, as you walk in, you see a blue dragonborn behind a big grill who seems to be cooking a variety of different meats and kebabs that he's serving to his a number of patrons sitting down at a couple tables. Sees you walk in and says, "Well, hello there, sir. Could I get you anything to eat?"
What do you got on? What do you got in here?
Just the normal. We've got some beef, we've got some chicken. This big slab over here, I got some lamb as well. That's our special for tonight, if you'd like that.
Is it just the meat, or do you have any preparations for them?
Oh, yep, they've all got some of our special seasonings on them. And then this lamb roast comes with a special sauce as well.
Oh, I'll take the lamb then.
Oh, wonderful, sir. Would you like it on a plate or on a kebab to go?
On a kebab. How much would that be?
It'll be 50 silver.
All right. Here you are.
He hands you sort of this little, what would it be? It's like a little wooden plate. Actually, I'm not gonna say he gives you a wooden plate because you'd have to return that. He'll just hand you 2 kebabs that he's sort of are just dripping grease, and also that have been drizzled with this sort of whitish looking cream sauce. He says, "Anything else we can get for you, sir?"
You got anything to drink?
He says, "Aye, we've got some beers, we've got some wine, or just some water, some spiced tea if you would prefer."
I'll just get a water.
Oh, very well, sir. Very well. He says, "You're welcome to take a walk around, but would like you to bring back this little glass here." And he hands you sort of a little wooden cup with some water in it.
I say no need and chug it right in front of him and then put it back.
Very well, good sir. Have a good day.
As well, thank you for the meat.
Of course. He pockets the silver and goes back to cooking.
I go walk around and
Back to Thorn and Thesera. What's Thesera up to?
Oh, I'm just enjoying some water watching Thorn. He's my entertainment.
The barmaid who had served you water before rolls her eyes again when you come in. She says, "Let me guess, more water."
You know it. 1 cup of water, please.
Very well, and she pours you some water and goes back to attending her other patrons.
How about Thorn?
Remind me, were any of y'all here for this session 0 we had in the sewers?
No.
I
Actually,
was.
yeah.
You were there?
Just Squeeb.
I think it was just Squeeb? Or
Yeah.
it was you as well? Okay. Cool. Then none of y'all notice anything as of yet?
I think I want to take a quick break. I'll see you right back, Thorn, you ladies robot. I want to check out the Guildmaster's Hall. Where the hell's 14?
Okay. Where's that?
Oh, it's right across here.
Right across there. Let me see if I've got any information like that. All right, this imposing two-story structure is relatively new in town and contains meeting halls for the various guilds, as well as the Waterdeep companies who keep representatives in town to meet incoming caravans. There was some dissatisfaction in the town when the hall was built, because several farmers' homes had to be demolished to accommodate it. So we'll say you see several different sort of finely dressed folks walking in and around the guild hall. And it seems sort of the other townsfolk seem to stay away from it.
So no one's really entering the guild hall?
Nope, from what you can tell, there are only a few lights on inside, so it's likely closed for the day.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, I guess I'll just head back to the tavern then. I see Squeeb too, heading that way.
Okay. Yeah, as you're walking around the marketplace, I think you'll run into Squeeb. So y'all are welcome to regroup. At this point, it is getting pretty late though, so you'll have to think about starting to get set up for the night.
Taking huge chunks out of my lamb chop. Spiting it.
Looks
pretty good. Tastes better.
I have a bite.
There's nothing but bone, but you can have this.
Oh. How gracious.
There might be some meat on the bottom, towards the leg.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
There's some free water in the bar over there.
Oh, trust me, I know. They know me there.
Whoa, what's going on with Thorn's do over here?
He's a new robot.
Indeed, you'll see Thorn sort of in the center of a room. He's now, at this point, drunk as a skunk, dancing up on a table, as several scantily clad women sort of cheer him on.
What's going on with the robot?
As he dances around, you see his new dreads sort of whipping back and forth.
What's going on with Thorn, Thesera?
He got a new look. He's feeling good. He's feeling the vibe. He's trying to get lucky tonight.
I didn't know robots could do that.
Neither did I.
Right, with that, y'all about ready to settle
Don't
for
be
the night?
mad I got drip.
Can't hear you. He can't hear us. You're over there partying.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm feeling a bit exhausted from traveling. Maybe we should look for an inn for the night.
Alright. let's go see. There anything on the map? Yeah. There's the Iron Eater residence. And Durandar's Gweth's residence, it looks like. There's also a couple houses.
I'll also say out here on the caravan grounds, this is a common stop for caravans, and as y'all came in, you saw sort of several campgrounds made just outside the city, where you're also like to find some fellow travelers where you can just sort of roll out your sleeping packs and stay the night.
Alright, guys, you ready to sleep under the stars to save a few dollars?
Yeah, I love sleeping outside.
Yeah, you
I'm
also
gonna
like
bring
free
my ladies home with me to the tavern, or from the tavern.
Thorn, do you have any money left?
Yeah,
Thorn, give me a persuasion check.
persuasion.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Is that the 17?
Yeah.
Indeed, you do spend the night at the Lady Luck Tavern, with a woman of your choosing, for which you pay the price of 10 gold pieces.
I picked the one that looks the most like Squeeb.
Oh my
So
god.
none.
Indeed, there seems to be. You notice her in the corner. She hasn't really been partaking much, but there's a muscular black dragonborn woman, sort of sipping some wine alone in a corner.
Hell yeah, bring me those mommy dragon thighs.
Did we already
No.
leave? Or
Yeah,
did we see
yeah,
this?
y'all already left at this point. Yeah, you wake up the next morning and you see that she's already left, but you still sort of wear some of the bruises from the last night proudly.
Mm.
All right, with that, y'all ready to head out?
Yomp.
Yep.
All right, the next morning, y'all head over to a port where y'all negotiate the ferry up towards the high forest, where it seems your travel has already been paid for in advance by the Harpers Guild that Leosin was associated with. And
Yay.
y'all hop on a ferry and start making your way to the high forest. Which, let me get the map back up.
I don't know if I missed this from either being late today or from my hiatus, but what are we going to the high forest for?
So yeah, this is probably a good time. I would check the sort of summaries that folks have written of previous episodes. Not all of them have had summaries, so I'll fill in some of the details here. After the group rejoined in Greenest, they set out into, it was El Terrell up here, where they re-met Leosin Erlanthar and Onthar Froom, who turn out to be associated with two different guilds, two different powerful guilds from the Swords Coast. Leosin Erlanthar reveals that he is a member of the Harpers, and Onthar Froom is associated with, oh, what is it called? I think it's like the Flaming Fist or something like that. I've got it on. You can see the different like groups here. Order of the Gauntlet. Onthar Froom. To which they say, hey, there's going to be this council in Waterdeep going on. We've been in the process of gaining different allies for that. There's my organization, the Harpers, Onthar's organization, the Order of the Gauntlet. There's also going to be this group called the Emerald Enclave. We were supposed to be meeting with an ambassador here in El Terrell, but we haven't seen hide nor hair of them. They should have arrived about a week ago. So if y'all could head to the high forest where they're located, to figure out what's going on with the Emerald Enclave. We'd appreciate that. And then another group needs to follow the cultists who have essentially taken their loot north to Waterdeep. So that's why you'll split up.
Okay.
So y'all are trying to investigate what's going on with the Emerald Enclave, and that's where was it that y'all found the dead representative of the Emerald Enclave? I think it was in Subar.
Subar, I think, with
Outside,
Jerry.
yeah. Outside
Jerry
the
at
forest
the
of ruins.
bonfire.
Sony, you've been wearing that cloak now, right?
I have it off at the moment.
Okay.
Why? Why?
Because I don't want to be targeted by anything, because he got assassinated.
Yeah, but he's
It is
resistant
funny
to
because
poison.
I think you did take poison damage
I
while you
know.
didn't have it on.
I put the cloak on then, like afterwards, in case we had any more encounters after, but I took it off after.
Okay. So as you put on the
No,
road,
but
you
you're
shut it
scared
off.
of being assassinated.
All right. Well, y'all will take the river north, or excuse me, sort of northeast as you do. You pass the town of Sycomber that's also on the river, eventually before you reach this branch in the river here, before heading north, where your guide sort of drops you off at the edge of the forest and says, hey, look, I'll be honest, this is what I was paid to take you as far as you go. We don't go further than this anyways. This is sort of the realm of the elves and of the Emerald Enclave and the druids within. So, this is their territory. I'm going to wipe my hands clean of it. Good luck. Hope y'all know what you're doing, and they should be able to essentially navigate a way back to town once y'all are ready to leave. Sound good?
Kerchow.
Good Chiga.
You know Chiga's racist?
To who?
It's apparently a racial term for Chinese people. It's like the Chinese N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up a little while ago.
I thought you just knew it off the top of your head.
No, because I was like,
You say it all the time.
what is a chica? And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, I have been saying this.
Maybe you should stop saying it over and over
Yeah,
again.
that's why I stopped saying it.
All right.
Void racist again?
Are y'all ready to proceed into the High Forest?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe.
Let's
High
go.
off that D&D equivalent good cushion alcohol.
They have cushion alcohol.
I think I'm gonna put on my cloak though when we enter the forest.
Wow, what a weenie.
Okay. So now that you have your cloak on, you start to head into the forest, which, as you can tell, as you're approaching, like this is a just massive forest. You could see it all the way from like when you were at this sort of break in the river, like as far as you can see, left, right, as deep as it goes, just trees after trees after trees, and it's not just sort of a sparse forest. Like this is like almost like a thick jungle. In fact, you can barely make out the path as you're sort of walking along the river. But from Leoson's instruction, and he left y'all with a map, essentially all you have to do is follow the river north. Eventually, you'll get to the city at the foot of the Star Mountains, where the Druids and the Emerald Enclave make their home. As you'll proceed through, I'm going to drop y'all on a map here. Y'all begin to walk up one of the paths, which if I could have y'all drop your characters down here.
Sure.
Let's get some music going. Y'all continue to walk along the path through this forest, and pretty much all you can see are different signs of nature around you. You think you're getting pretty close to town, but it's hard to tell just due to the pure scale of these woods. So y'all are free to move yourselves along the path. I'll tell you if anything happens.
I'm going off the path. Oh. I'm lost.
If you'd like to go off the path, you're welcome to, and you're also free to sort of look around or do any perception checks. Just let me know how y'all are proceeding through.
Can I look up in the trees?
Sure. Up in the trees, you see a variety of different animals, birds. Normally, you're used to woods being sort of quiet, somber places, but this place seems to be teeming with life.
A lot of life here.
It is a forest.
Can I perceive if the Lorax is anywhere in this forest?
Give me a
Says,
perception
shut
roll.
the fuck up.
Sorry, it wasn't your turn. Speak when spoken to.
Shut up, trash.
What did you say, Balls?
Give me a perception roll.
Oh, she's wearing. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, fuck.
Indeed, you feel the presence of the Lorax right behind this tree over here.
What's over here?
A fox scatters from some underbrush, and as it runs by, it bites your ankle for 2 damage,
What
and
the
then runs
fuck?
away. The mighty Lorax is struck again.
I just prefer to continue on the path.
Okay. Thesera, give me a perception check.
Let's see.
21. What languages do you know?
I know Celestial, Draconic, Druidic, and Elvish.
Um,
I'll have Connor.
as you proceed through through the forest, you can't quite make it out, but as the wind sort of brushes against the trees and sort of shakes the limbs, and you hear the shifting of leaves, you think you can almost make out a message. It's not in the language you're familiar with, but it seems familiar, almost like some sort of mix of Druidic and Elvish. That's not a language you understand.
I feel like I know what I'm hearing, but not at the same time.
Huh?
Hurry up, Squeeb. Make haste.
No. No. I'll make slow.
Thorn, protect your ankles and let's get going.
Quit listening to the wind.
As y'all round the corner up here, you notice that there's a massive tree, several hundred feet tall, and probably about, I don't know, it'd be like a minivan wide or something like that. Like, it'd take a while to walk around it. It's just sort of sitting in the middle of the path.
That's strange that a tree would be in the path.
Probably just grew there.
1 second. No, Void, I'm going to need you to have your character where it was before. You are over here. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw, which is with disadvantage, right?
Didn't we figure this out last time? Well, actually,
It's only stealth. Yeah, it's only stealth, right? It's not
yes.
all dex saving throws. Yeah.
That's why I had pulled
not
up.
not disadvantage, but you are going to need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, my deck sucks anyway. Ah!
15. All right. As you start wandering through the forest off the beaten path here, a couple of vines seemingly come out of the underbrush out of nowhere and grab onto your legs. They then quickly pull you to the ground and start dragging you quickly towards this tree as it then pulls you up into the air and you begin to dangle about 6 feet off the ground. At this point, you realize that is not, in fact, a tree.
Get in.
Something like that. It is, in fact, an ancient treant.
Ooh.
Wait, why did I get sucked into it if I passed the dex saving thing?
You didn't pass it.
I didn't pass with the
It was a
15?
good
I just said
attempt.
interesting. No, you needed an 18 to pass.
Darn.
So here we see ancient treant spawn. Here we go. To which he sort of bellows in Elvish out loud. Who goes there? Who enters this forest? Which, if you see the image, you can actually see about how big he is. There's a picture of a person in it.
Holy. Does anyone else speak
Your
Elvish?
mother. I
No.
speak Elvish.
Do you?
Yes.
At
Talk
the
to
same time, as he's pulling Void up into the air, Thesera, to your left and right, the trees begin shifting around you. As two more treants, sort of two trees seemingly come to life and surround you on either side.
We're not here to fight. I'm gonna say that in Elvish. We're just
Then for
passing
what
through.
purpose do you enter this forest?
We seek a meeting with the Emerald Enclave. We have important information.
He looks and sees that you're wearing a cloak. And you yourself are a member then?
Not
I don't
exactly.
recognize you.
Unfortunately, the person who wore this, who was a member of the Emerald Enclave, was
She
assassinated.
killed him. She killed him.
See what?
She killed him.
He takes a couple of steps forward. He's also going to say to Thorn, silence, fool, and he is going to smack you for 13 points of damage.
Oh. What the hell?
So he's going to move forward. Says, tell me at once, where did you get that cloak?
From the Emerald Enclave member, Jerry. He was assassinated in his own home.
Troubling indeed. So what is your business here? If you've provided that information, I can pass it on. You may leave.
We're originally with the Sword Coast Adventurers Guild. We managed to rescue Leosin, who's part of the Harpers, and I guess they were having a meeting with the Harpers. It's the Iron Gauntlet or something. Do you guys remember the name?
Order of the Gauntlet?
Order of the Gauntlet. And they were waiting for the Emerald Enclave's representative, but they never made it.
Squeeb, what are you doing while Thesera's explaining this?
Just like waiting for her to talk with the tree. I don't really know what to do here. Waiting for.
Since you can't understand what's being said, how about you give me an insight check?
Alright.
Can somebody cut me down?
Quiet. He just tried to get us killed. What the fuck? These two
Nat
nat
one
zeros.
-1. Wow.
Oh.
You can't really make out the words that are being told, but from what you can tell, he is about to attack.
Thesera, get ready to kill this fucking tree.
No, I don't want to kill anyone here. I'm a druid myself.
You are certain of the fact, Squeeb, that he is on the verge of attacking you and potentially killing you all. You are certain of this.
Get me down.
Thorn, burn yourself out of his grasp and let's get out of here.
Oh my god.
I just fart oil out of my robo butt.
Thesera, you hear Squeeb tell you that information behind you that he thinks, like, things are about to go down. How do you react?
Just let me talk with the tree. Please calm
You
down.
already been talking with him. He's about to kill us.
Make a persuasion check.
For me?
No, we'll say Thesera makes a persuasion check on you.
On Squeeb?
Yeah, y'all both roll here, and we'll see who gets higher on persuasion.
15.
At 12.
Thesera, that was your 12.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear her out, Squeeb, but you are still not convinced. You still think they are enemies.
He's about to kill him. This will be on your head, Thesera.
No, my head! Please stop. Please. Do the treants, do they speak common? I'm assuming.
Check real quick. They do.
Oh god. I speak back in
You were
Elvish.
speaking to them in Elvish, correct?
I was speaking to them in Elvish, but to Squeeb I'm speaking in common.
Okay.
I'm gonna say in Elvish, please, we seek no harm. I am very, very sorry about my party members here. They haven't experienced or seen any treants before.
He speaks back in Elvish, and that is an excuse for their behavior.
It's
Like
not.
I said, I appreciate the message you've brought, but it is time for you to leave. If you have no further business here.
Is there any way we can, please, like, I humbly apologize. Just they can stay here. We need to speak with someone. It is urgent.
He thinks to himself. This would be agreeable. I would allow you to pass, just yourself, if these others would stay behind.
Never.
They can stay behind or just have someone watch them if you don't trust them. But we need to speak with the Emerald Enclave.
Very well, he says. You may proceed, but I would have these two stay behind with my companions here.
Alright, I'm gonna turn to Squeeb and just tell him, you need to stay here and be on your best behavior. Please.
Fine, I'll go back to the start then.
Squeeb, sounds like they're trying to split you up. It sounds like they're trying to split you up. It'd be easier to take you out that way.
Yeah. Alright. I'll be ready. If anything goes awry.
Alright, the vines release Thorn, and you fall to the ground. Taking another 3 points of damage.
What the fuck?
To which one treant each sort of accompanies you, as we'll say you sort of return.
Wait, did you say 2 or 3 points?
3.
Motherfucker.
Are you
I'm dead.
You have more than 16 HP.
Did you
I'm
not
dead.
long rest?
Yeah, you should have long rested. You should be.
I'm dead.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I lost all my stamina from bumping uglies with that black dragonborn
Oh
that
my
looks like
God.
food.
Oh my god.
All right, if Void's dead, if he's dead, I guess.
lot of blunt damage there. Not see, guessing what Thorn's into, he probably took a lot of piercing damage.
Yeah.
All right, y'all proceed a bit further into the forest, and you can see sort of that sort of whispering sound of like branches moving and wind passing through leaves seems to sort of emanate from this treant. He introduces himself as, can't remember if I showed you this, as Tourlong. And as y'all sort of proceed forward, you see a number of different birds sort of flying overhead. And then all of a sudden you hear a howl in the distance. To which please have another person. This individual shows up.
Oh my.
And the first thing you see is a large white wolf comes sprinting out of the underbrush, growling at you.
They're beautiful.
How do you react to the wolf?
I'll just kneel down.
Huh?
Upon you lowering yourself to the wolf's level, it calms down considerably and just starts panting happily. And out of the shrubbery behind it comes a half-elf ranger carrying a crossbow as well as a sword on his hip. And he comes out of the woods and he goes, "Oh, hello there, Turlong. Long time no see. How are things?" To which the treant responds in its deep voice, "Ah, Delann, good to see you, old friend. Things are well, things are well. It seems we've got some intruders that say they have important information for you." To which Delann walks up and introduces himself. "Oh, hello there. Delann Winterhound. This here is my friend Loska.
Loska is
Seems
very
she's gotten
beautiful.
along well with you."
I love wolves. She's gorgeous. You can call me Thesera, and I humbly apologize about my party members here. I was grown up to respect the forest and all its inhabitants. They clearly have not.
Delann looks up to Turlong. He says, "Oh, Turlong, they're causing you some trouble, eh?" To which he just sort of groans, like you just hear like sort of like a trunk swaying in the wind, which you can take to be a groan. And he says, "Oh, well, sorry about that. Things are a bit tense at the moment. Happy to take whatever news it is of you, or whatever information you have to share. What is it? What is it that brought you here? Surely you wouldn't have wandered into the forest alone for nothing."
We were sent here from Laosin. And are we all speaking in Elvish, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We were all sent by Laosin from the Harpers. They were originally having a meeting with the Harpers in the Order of the Gauntlet, and they were waiting on a representative from the Emerald Enclave, but they never showed up.
When you say Leosin, his eyes immediately sort of brighten. He's like, "Oh goodness, I should have already been there, shouldn't I? Apologies. Allow me to reintroduce myself. If you're friends of Leosin, like I said, my name is Delann, and I'm also the ambassador to the council from the Emerald Enclave. I was meant to travel down south, but some events have conspired that have kept us rather busy here lately. Did he not get my message?"
I don't believe so, unless it was sent after we parted.
Give me an insight check.
Can I use my...
9.
Can I use my inspiration?
Sure, go ahead. Also,
Oh
Trip,
my
you gave the you gave the summary at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So you get a inspiration from that from earlier. I forgot to mention
Yeah.
that. I think, Sony, you should probably have a few built up, right? From like writing session summaries and
Yeah,
stuff.
I usually cap it at 3 though, because I know that's the max.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to use it, I will say with a 9, um, you can't tell much from his reaction and his question about the message. The only thing you can make out is that you think he's honest about that he sent a message ahead of time. Besides that, you can't really make too much out of his reaction. He says, "Well, that doesn't surprise me too much, though it is unfortunate." He looks up to, why do I keep forgetting his name? Looks up to Turlong. He says, "Turlong, these are honored guests from the Council of Waterdeep. We should let them in. Where are their friends now? Hopefully, you didn't kill them already." He laughs heartily. To which Turlong sort of points down the path and says, "Oh, they're just with a few friends. Um, I can have them summoned." To which Thorn and Squeeb, all of a sudden, you see the treants sort of tap you on the shoulder and they begin walking up the path, seeming to want you to follow them.
Can they give me my health back that they abused me for?
Do you want to ask one of them?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Make a persuasion check.
I'm good at persuasion. Watch this. Ready? We get a drum roll, please.
Avoid the bum 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 bum
Crit
bum.
fail.
9.
Um, the treants don't understand what it is you're asking for. They just ask you to or they sort of just move their branches in an indication that you should follow them.
Follow along, Thorn.
I spew oil out of my mouth, and then I use light cantrip to light them all on fire.
That's not how that works. They lead you back up to the path where the other 3 are currently meeting, where you are welcome to rejoin them. And the treants walk off the path and then return to just being normal trees on the side of the road.
Yeah, we still have plenty to share, even with, I'm gonna motion to my cloak and say this was from one of your members as well from the Emerald Enclave, Jerry.
Oh, old man Jerry.
He
That was a
was,
special cloak he made himself. He was always head of the Wyvern Forest. It was known for its poisonous creatures, so he crafted that himself. It's a good cloak. You should keep it.
I wanted to keep it safe with me. I don't even know what to say. He was sadly assassinated in his own home.
Goodness. That's bad news, but only seems to be stacking on top of bad news recently. We'll be sure to send another representative down that way to protect the town.
He did
In the
have,
meantime,
sorry, he did
oh,
have
sorry, go ahead.
a letter as well, in with, like, he kept a lockbox, and I think it was, if you'd like to take it as well, it was just to, I don't know, just a note if anything ever happened to him.
Oh, much appreciated. I'll share this with the senior officers. And he takes the lockbox from you.
When do we think we're gonna be done today?
In just a moment.
Oh, okay.
If you would move your character.
Well, you moved it for me, and I've been locked in place ever since then.
Really?
Yeah.
You just moved it.
Void's Tism has taken over.
Likely story. Alright, well, y'all have still been speaking in Elvish. Thesera, do you want to introduce the rest of your party to Delann?
Yeah.
I speak Elvish. Was I eavesdropping or did I not hear any of this?
You do speak Elvish?
Yes, I speak Elvish, Draconic, Common, and Undercommon.
As you're walking up, you would have heard her talking about the lockbox, but nothing else. Sort of a tail end of their conversation.
And I'll just mention, well, I guess Thorn speaks Elvish, but I'll just motion and say that Squeeb does not.
Delann sort of just gives a motion with his hand. He says, in common. That's totally fine. I assume everybody here speaks common.
Yes.
I don't. I only speak robot. Beep boop, beep 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 boop boop, beep boop beep.
He sort of just looks at you sarcastically and says, "Ah, very well."
One of those robots, huh?
Excuse me, I'm mentally disabled.
A robot with a sense of humor. Never thought I'd see the day.
Yeah, you can see what I've been dealing with.
He says, very well. This is all of you. Then I'll assume all geared's with y'all. Follow me, though I do warn. Just as our friend here was, I fear we may not be the most hospitable guests or hosts at the moment. But we'll hear what you have to say, and then I'm sure we have plenty of information to share with you as well. And with that, we're going to call it for today. Y'all are welcome to follow him on to the Emerald Enclave, where y'all will meet several more individuals, but I think we're good for now.
Okay.